Hi there. We're going to be doing a very quick check-in for this week coming up, and we are using Shawn Leonard's new Oracle deck, and it's called Wisdom of the Elders. And if you want, you can check out my latest video that I've done a review on it and see what you think if you're interested in purchasing it or just seeing what it's all about. I would encourage you to watch this. Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. So today we're going to do another check-in for this week, and let's see what this week has in store for you, my friends. I'm going to pull three of Shawn's Oracle cards to start us off as to the energy or what you should be focusing on this week in your life. All right? So let's get started. I'm very excited. This is my first official use of his deck on my YouTube channel. So as an actual reading. So let's see. All right, give me a moment to focus and we will get into the reading. Okay, what have we got? Three cards. I feel that's enough. Okay. First card. Ooh, I had to hold this in my example. Grandmother Moon cycles. Okay. Second card. Fall. Stability. And finally, heart, sacred, fire, passion. Okay. So I'm going to encourage you to, when you're ready, to pause the video and each of these cards, whatever speaks to you, I would encourage you to go ahead to your pile for that card, and there will be a timestamp in the description box below where you can listen to your reading for the week. And if you want, listen to all of it. Don't make it fit. If it doesn't fit, whatever. There'll be another video another time. But if it does sound like something that could potentially be going on in your life right now, or it's going forward that way, I would encourage you, leave a comment, let me know what's happening. I'd love to hear. And let's get started with your reading for the week, my friends. So let's get started first with the first Shawn Leonard Oracle card, Grandmother Moon Cycles. So for those who it speaks to, Grandmother Moon and Cycles. So for the week, we will focus on the highs and lows of this week. As well, for those of you who are grandparents, this is a great week to spend with your grandchildren and your loved ones. It is a reflection of the protective energy around those people in your life. And if you're not a grandmother, you're a mother or whatever, maybe some of you are going through a difficult week this week as far as cycles for those women can be highs and lows depending where you're at in your life. But this also speaks to me of just that's what life's all about, right? The highs and the lows. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. So let's get started with that card. That's what it's speaking. But now the reading will tell us more as to what is actually going on. So the first card I'm going to pull for you, my friends, is about what is happening right now in your life, more or less. Since we need a second, I will pull a second. Let's see what is actually going on for some of you in this under this grandfather moon card. It's also, I want to say it's the number 13. And I know a lot of people think 13 is bad luck. It's not. Actually, it was considered good luck back in the day. I don't know how it got a bad luck, the stigmatism around it, but I haven't searched that. I'm sure there's, you Google it, you'll find it. But it's about the 13 cycles. All right, grandmother moon. Let's see what is going on for most of you at this time. First card, we have the Ace of Wands. Some people are starting something new this week. Most of us, that's what this is referring to. Something you really wanted to get going on and you're excited about it right now at the beginning of the week. This is the high of the cycles, okay? This is where you wanting things to go. It's like I've got this great idea. I want to go through with it. Some of you are starting a new job this week. That's very exciting for those of you who are. I am very happy for you. That's a huge thing. So other people, it can refer to a sexual chemistry with someone new. So maybe if you're dating, this is a great card to see. It's that initial exciting energy when you first meet someone. So this week is you what you're more or less going through is something new, something, it can even be something small. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Something, a great idea, something you've been wanting to work on. Let's see what other card goes with it. Ah, the devil. It's the devil. It's not always a bad card, but it can be. Feel like for most of you, this is referring to those of you who want to start a new regime. Perhaps you've gained weight, maybe you need more exercise, you're wanting to give up a bad habit. So this is the week at the beginning. Maybe you're quitting smoking, for some of you, or any other vaping, any other bad habit that we think that we need to give up. This is, hey, maybe some of you it's overspending, over shopping, overeating. It can be anything that's too much and is not good for us. We need some moderation. So this is the beginning of the week is about actually putting something into place to help you feel better. Okay. It's going to help you move in a better direction because the devil speaks about things that keep us kind of trapped or held in check. It's like when we have these things going on, these bad habits in our lives, it holds us back. It holds us back from being healthier. It holds us back from being our true selves. If it's a procrastination situation, so I would encourage you. The beginning of the week, things are off to the right start. Pile one and grandmother moon cycles. But let's see how what happens going forward towards the end of the week and how that will play out for you. Okay. Maybe the middle of the week. I'm hoping for most of you, if this is what you're into, um, keep it going. For for anyone starting a new job with the devil, it's like I feel like there's an element of you're pessimistic about it going forward. It's not that you don't want to have this new job, you're excited about it. It's just there's this fear, underlying fear with it. Well, we always have that, right? We always fear we're going to fail. We're not going to do good enough. We're not going to be able to keep the job, whatever the case is. So the devil speaks about that. It also speaks to me. Even though you're glad you have a new job, you feel something is holding you back. Perhaps you feel like I have to take this job. I have no choice. I need some money. It's like you're trapped. There's a feeling of being, you have no choice. Okay. So for some of you, that could be that issue. And for others, even if it's a new project or something you've been wanting to try out and do, a new hobby, anything, maybe it's a new recipe. Maybe you feel like, oh, this is too fattening. It's too decadent if it's a dessert, something, even on a mundane level. But otherwise, it's something you will enjoy. It looks like it, but we're going to check in and see what the rest of the week holds. I mean, a week is a short space of time, right? So we don't exactly know. Whoops. Let's take this card. The Three of Swords towards the end of the week. And let's see what I said. It's not going to, the end of the week is not going to be as encouraging, but it's not going to be as bad as if this was upright. The upright Three of Swords would definitely be a negative ending to the week. But it's kind of like, I feel like it's going to be difficult this week for you for the most part. It is new, whatever it is you're working on, or a new job, or a new situation, a new friendship, a new relationship. It's probably towards the end of the week. It's just maybe not doing it for you. Let's see. We'll pull another card and see what goes with it. Yeah, I figured as much. There's a feeling of I'm trapped. I have to do this. I have no choice. And especially if it's a bad habit, it's like maybe you're at a point where I just I have no other way to go. Maybe it's affecting your health and you have to move forward, so you have no choice. Don't play the victim. It's not. You do have a choice. The choice is that you want to be healthy. If it's a situation like that, where it is a bad habit, for instance, if it's a new job, the feeling is that, yeah, it's like I said, I feel like you're in that mental state where you you know you have to stick it out. You have to keep going no matter how difficult this situation is, whether it's a job situation, life experience you're going through right now this week. You have no choice. There's this feeling of, there's a little bit of victimization going on here in the end of the week. And when I say that, I mean you feel like you're the victim. And as I said, you have no choice. So don't feel, it looks like things, the Three of Swords in the reverse is about not as bad as we think. It's not going to be, and it's getting better. So potential is there for things to improve, but it is your mindset that may need to change about this situation. All right. So let's just pull a couple more cards and we will combine them with our tarot and then we'll move on to pile two. All right, what can you tell us for some of us about this week, please? All right, what do we got here? Kipper, concern. Concern can also be confusion, doubts. It doesn't necessarily have to be, it's a concern. In other words, something is a bother, something's bothering you. We also have a message of concern. So, yes, you're going to be getting some messages, obviously, this week for some of you that are going to cause you some angst. And let's see what the concern is about potentially. We don't really know, do we? What is it about overall for most of you? Something you've been waiting for, something you've been hoping for. It's an expectation. Sometimes this can also refer to our expectations being too high on a situation. Perhaps you'd hoped for better, for more. And I can see this coming through most definitely with those of you who are starting a new job this week or a new project. Well, even getting rid of the old habits. Your expectations are high, like, okay, I'm going to get into this exercise program, I'm going to lose weight. And I'm feeling like it's by the end of the week, it's not exactly what you'd hoped. So, even on a very basic level, this is about our hopes and wishes and what we've been waiting for. Okay. We've been waiting for something, but it's not as the way you'd hoped. It's a concern to you. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. It's just this week. Okay. So I don't know if that resonates for any of you. It can just be on a very basic level this week for those of you starting something new that you've been hoping to get going, and it feels that it's something basically around your everyday life, obviously, because the devil speaks of our uh, earthly, actually, it speaks about earthly temptations and passions, okay? And being pulled in by something we know is not good for us potentially. Now, a new job, maybe the job isn't using all of our skills because, sometimes it's like we're taking this job because we just need the money right now. Okay. So that's only for this week. It's just the start. Okay. And again, focus on those. Belief this week about grandmother, moon, and cycles. So, what comes up can go down, as we know. And in this case, next week could be a better cycle for you, all right, at this time or the week after. So, pile one, I hope this resonated for you and you were able to get something out of it. We're going to go on to the next one. I pile two. Your Shawn Leonard Oracle card is fall, stability, fall and stability. And that's for this week. I mean, we know it's fall right now. We're into October. Actually, we're going into late October. Halloween is next week. Hard to believe. So, if you can hear where I am, we're supposed to be getting snow tomorrow or the next day. So we have stability. So it looks like the week generally feels pretty good for most of you. And pile two, if you chose pile two. So let's see what tarot has to tell us. What is it you're going through at the beginning of the week, at this time or around this time? The beginning of the week for most of you. We're going to pull a couple cards and see what the different things, the different scenarios could be. Let's see. Okay. All right, my friends. Card one, Ten of Swords in the reverse. That speaks to me that you are at an all-time low going forward this week, but it's not as bad as it looks. You're coming out of it. It's like I feel like nothing else can go wrong. What else could go wrong? I'm at the bottom of the pile. The swords are actually falling out of the back, if you notice, and that means that things could go up by the end of the week and improve. But let's see where it's going. So I'll pull another card that goes with the Ten of Swords. And we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This speaks to me about, for the most part, just getting help with things. Okay? You feel like you are in a position where you've just haven't been. Yeah, you haven't been helped, okay? I want to say helped. I say that in most general terms, whether it's around the home, around the office, work, whatever it is, you feel like you're the only person that's trying to make something work. It can even be in a relationship, okay? There's a lack of team effort. There's no growth. Nothing's going forward. But it is. It just appears that way because the beginning of the week feels like, as I said, everything has hit rock bottom, but you're actually starting to come out of it. So we'll see what's going to happen at the end of the week or close to it to see how things will develop over this. But it does show a stability this week. So I'm hopeful that things will start to even out as the week goes by for pile two. So we see this that even though it's a mindset, even though that's the way it looks, okay? Can you see the Ten of Swords in reverse? It's like, it's so dramatic, that card. And I get it. There's some of us that are going through some really tough times. I get it. And then there are others, it's just you're feeling like a martyr. You feel like you have been the one who's taken all the hits. You're the one that is hit rock bottom. That's that card. And maybe there's been some like difficulties in different areas of your life. I mean, this can also refer to financial. There's could be a financial situation. Maybe others are spending too much money in your household. You're not all on board together, but it looks like things could slowly be coming back up. So let's see what we have going forward. We will pull two cards for that. Whoops, this one jumped right out. So I'm going to take it. The moon in the upright. And we'll shuffle and get us a card with the moon. Okay. And we have the Three of Cups now in the reverse. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I see in these cards. First of all, the moon speaks to me that the situation isn't as bad for most of you as you are perceiving it. This is a card of perceptions and how we view things in our own subconscious or in our own. You know how it is at night when everything is worse? You're laying there in bed and you're trying to go through the thoughts of the day and work out all your problems. That's what it's like. Things sometimes look better in the daytime. So I feel very much by the end of the week, there's this feeling that maybe it's not as bad as you thought for most of you, not for everybody. And the Three of Cups in the reverse also speak to me that for some of you, the end of the week is not going to be a huge improvement. And I'm sorry to say that. In fact, for those in your life, in your household that have not been, or anywhere else, have not been helping you, they've been spending too much time um, enjoying themselves. It's the negative of this, I would say. They're out there and they're not focused on what they should be doing. So, for example, if this is about a team person at work who has not been helping you, it's because they're having too much fun in their workplace. Maybe they're on their phone too much with their friends. Okay. So that the idea is things are not what they seem, in other words. That's what the moon represents. It's not how necessarily as you think it is. Okay. They could also have other things going on in their life. If you're not getting help around the home, um, and you feel this card tells me by the end of the week, you're going to be feeling like you're the only person that's going through this right now, this situation. Because the Three of Cups in reverse is a situation of you're not out there, you're not able to enjoy yourself, you're not having a good time. So for a lot of you, it's the total opposite. For some of you, yes, it's going to, improve. But obviously, we can go on the other side of the spectrum and say, no, it's not. It's actually your emotions could even get worse by the end of the week. But don't allow them to. The question or the point of this is, it may not be for the reasons you think that you're not getting that help you need. People are not on board with what you are trying to get across to them. They're not being team players, but it could be not for the reasons that you think. Sometimes when I see the Three of Cups in reverse, I feel like there could even be sickness involved. Maybe they're not helping because they haven't been able to. They have been off sick, if it's a work situation, or maybe mentally they just can't cope. They're not able to do it. So there could be a very legitimate reason, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's good to look into these things and find out why, because we have misperceptions about things. And the moon can also speak to that of it's not what it seems. In other words, it can be worse at night, right? It's darkness. So it's not. In other words, it's not because they don't want to help you or they don't care. It's just that they possibly may, for most of you, have a legitimate issue about it. Okay. So let's go. And that can touch on any situation, whether it's a love relationship, a work situation, anything in your life where you feel like you're not getting the support you need in this situation. Okay, find out what's really going on, my friends. Okay, let's look at Kipper and see what Kipper also for some of you has this week. Two cards we'll pull for Kipper, unless, of course, we need clarity. All right, so what is the rest? What does this week have in store mainly for pile two? What can we say? Okay, we have the courthouse referring to decisions. So decisions this week. There's decisions that have to be made. Some of you may have actual issues of a legal nature that you're working on, or maybe it's just like estate issues or that's a huge thing. It could be something of a government nature. You can see even. I'm associating because when I see this building, it looks very much like our government building here where I live and probably quite a few over across the world. So I feel like this also speaks to me of something of a professional nature that you're going through this week. The rest of you, it's just simply making decisions, okay? Now, that goes along with the stability card that we saw, the fall. I think mainly what this card is trying to tell you is it's just this time of the year. These are things sometimes we have to go through. It could be related to the actual season of fall, but it's also about finding stability this week. Okay. So that's what I think is really going on with that stability card. So let's pull another Kipper card to see what else goes with it. Courtship. So the courtship card by itself can indicate socializing. I think some of you have not maybe been out there enjoying yourself. Get out there, please. Have a good time. Have some fun. Some of you are dating this week. That's awesome. It looks really good. Let's put it with the courthouse. This could be an actual meeting. Maybe you're meeting with your lawyer, it's a very specific scale, or a government official, or someone in a capacity like that. It speaks to me of meetings. Some of you, it could be a job interview. Maybe you've got a job in a big corporate world. Um, there's all kinds of different scenarios along with these two cards. It also reflects making decisions about whether or not you want to meet up with someone, you want to socialize with someone, or you just want to date someone. This is a card about dating, really. But that's a very specific situation. It's making decisions this week. Make a decision as to whether or not you're going to go ahead with this gathering here or meeting, or whether you're just going to go out and have a good time on a very basic level. All right. Okay, my dear, pile two and the stability fall card of Shawn Leonard. Hope you enjoyed your reading and something resonated for you in this reading this week going forward. And let me know. I'd love to hear in the comments if this speaks to you at all and tell me what. If not, let it go. Don't make it fit. All right. Let's go on to pile three and Shawn Leonard's card of Heart, Sacred Fire, Passion. Ooh, it can speak to a lot of things, right, this week for you? Passion, doing something you love, can also speak to love. Love in all its forms, right? Doesn't matter. It can be love. The heart's sacred fire is what is it that speaks to you in your heart this week? Now let's look at some of the scenarios going on that reflect this card this week. Be focused on what you are passionate about, is what it is saying. Be focused on that which you love, who you love, and make them your priority this week. All right. Let's see. And that can be, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. That can be your family and your loved ones, your pets, anybody you love, anything. Okay. Let's move forward. What is it that's going on for most of you at this time overall? What kind of scenarios are we looking at in general terms? Okay. Eight of Wands, reverse. This speaks to me, you're not hearing from someone. Or there's another thing, because this is about passion, I feel like you are stunted. There's something you could get excited about, but you just can't figure out what it is this week. There's something you need to do. It's been delayed, or it's been stopped, or it's not going forward. Some of you, it could be as simple as you've planned a vacation or planned a trip or an outing, and something has caused its delay or its cancellation. All right. That's the general meaning this week at the beginning. The Seven of Swords, but in the reverse. Okay, so you can see how he's running away, but I'm not seeing that. What I'm feeling with this card at the Eight of Wands, it's telling me what it's referring to mainly for most of you. There is a scenario where you maybe need to spend more time planning, planning what it is you want to do. All right, these passions that we talk about. What is it that you need to get your head around with respect to this situation? Now, let me see. I feel like you've dropped the ball on something, that there's something you didn't pay attention to. Um, Maybe somebody actually, I don't want to say made off with, it's not like they stole it. I say, although maybe that could happen for some people, but I feel it's been taken away from you, the opportunity of pursuing these passions, if it is something you're interested in. Or let's pull another card to see what it is with respect to other people. Let me see. I have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, your friends. I feel like this is the friendship, maybe even a group of people. Um, it's possible that there was a planned at the beginning, right now, at the beginning of the week, you've been planning something, an outing, and maybe you planned a trip, as I said. And I feel like your friends are dropping the ball even. It's like not necessarily you. I feel like that could be them for some of you, that maybe they've let you down in some way. Maybe you've been meaning to hear from someone, as I mentioned. And what happens when we don't hear from somebody? Our insecurities kick in and we start to make up reasons why. That's the Seven of Swords to me in the reverse. Do not do that. Do not allow yourself to assume, okay? It is, generally speaking, a group of people that it's related to for most of you. It's also about a group. But this is always about, usually this is a card about celebrating, but there's no reason to celebrate right now, is what you're feeling. Beginning of the week, it's like it's been a disappointment. Things have been let down for you, okay? Now we're going to go and we're going to see towards more towards the end of the week. You know what? Don't assume you know everything on this situation with your friends or the people that you're engaged with as far as a group. So maybe there is a hobby group, an organization you belong to, and maybe they've canceled their meeting, maybe they've canceled their get together, and it's just not happening. You haven't heard anything. What's going on? You start putting all kinds of ideas in your head, and it's crazy. We do that. Don't do that. You need to, um, you don't assume. There is always a reason. So let's see what the end of the week is around any of these situations. So the basic premise, basic on a general level, before I pull these cards, more cards, is that there is a passion that has been dropped. It has been delayed from happening. It has been not going on for whatever reason. It could be related to someone else being the one that is not allowing it, or maybe you just have not allowed yourself to go forward with it. It's like it's been stopped for some reason. I feel though like it has been taken away from by somebody else. Somebody else overall, for most of you, they're the ones that have actually stopped it. And I know that sounds strange, but it could be different scenarios. Okay. So let's see what it is going forward this week. The star in the reverse. Okay. Which tells me by the end of the week, you've stopped hoping things are going to improve. Okay. And the hermit in the upright. Hmm. Looks like you're spending some time alone this week at the end of the week. So it's not going to happen this week. Whatever it is, the situation that you were supposed to be pursuing, whether it's a trip or a get together or a group outing or a vacation or whatever it is, um, even a meeting at work, a get together, a meeting, something has been canceled, something's not going forward. I feel like maybe there's not enough people in the office. Maybe they're working from home, maybe they're sick, whatever the case is, there's not enough people to have the meeting, I feel like, or they're going to wait until certain people can be there. Okay. Strategic people. Maybe you're the strategic person. Who knows? Okay, the star though, by the end of the week, it looks like things aren't going to change this week as far as that scenario goes. And your passion this week is not going forward, but it's a time of reflecting on what's going on in your life. So spend some time this week finding out towards the end of the week why are things not working for you? Why are you not pursuing your passion? What is going on that's holding you back? You need to gather up all the information that you have managed to get over time and use it in a more positive way. Stop looking at maybe you're feeling in the past, it didn't go forward, so therefore I can't do it now. Often when our experiences are bad in the past, then we say, well, why is it going to change now, right? Because it looks like to me, and the Hermit card is looking to the past hopelessness, past negative situation, past pessimism. Um, and you're not sure where all this is going to go anyways. It's like, why should I bother if it's not even going to move forward and help me going forward. Well, whatever your passion is, my friend, or people, don't allow yourself that negative talk. That's the negative talk that we often get, right? And we don't want that to happen. In other words, the Eight of Cups in the reverse, don't allow yourself to walk away. Stay put. All right. Because maybe next week something will change, it will improve. So, whatever your scenario, get yourself, spend some time thinking about why, for those of you who are perhaps stuck on a passion that they're interested in, something they're very excited about, what is it about this situation or person that doesn't feel right to you, that you're just looking at with some pessimism and lack of hope for that scenario? For a lot of you, if it's a dating situation, it's like you're feeling maybe you've misjudged them right off the top. Perhaps this is because the Eight of Cups in the reverse is telling me don't allow yourself to move away this week from that situation. Give it a little more time. Okay. Perhaps you're judging too quickly because it is only a week, right? Okay. So, my dears, okay, pile three. We're going to do now a Kipper, and we're going to also see what other things are going on for you. Pile three and passion. Heart, sacred fire. Do what? Oh, jumped out. But I had this card in the last. I'm not going to use it. I know it jumped out, but we're going to. I feel I didn't shuffle well enough. So give me a second. I'm going to shuffle these and see what this week, for the most part, is coming for you in a general way. Lovers. Ah, you know what? That also speaks to passion. In the Kipper world, that is the card of passion, which is awesome. When I see a card that is speaking about what we're speaking about, you know it's the real deal. Okay. It's also things look really good. Okay, but we're going to see what the second card tells us in Kipper. So, for some of you, this is about, as I say, spend time with loved ones. Spend time, not just romantic, although this is the lover's card. Spend time with what you love to do this week and with who you love or whom. As they say, it can be pets. Look, there's birds in this picture. I know they're doves. Nature, they're out in nature. Do what you love to do. Okay. Maybe you planned a hike this week or going on some outing with your friends and they drop the ball. They can't go with you. It doesn't mean you can't go as long as you go and you make sure you're safe, obviously, because usually if you're hiking, you like to do it at least with another person. Don't put yourself in difficult situations or danger, obviously. Let's see. That's a specific scenario. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, great fortune. For a lot of you, this is a really good week. So, for those who are actually in a loving romantic situation, this is great fortune. That's the best card in the Kipper deck. You're happy, things are going well. It looks like you finally found somebody that you can relate to. If it's a friendship, same thing, a coworker, or even just a passion, something you're very excited about. Whatever it is, it looks like it's going to be a success for you. This week, it shows all the positive qualities for some of you. I know we saw some negative cards. Everybody, these are general readings, so it doesn't always apply to everyone. For some of you, this is that card. These are the cards of this week just feels like it can't get any better for you. Okay. And I love that because to me, that's what we all strive for. We will hope for, we want to see. So let's see. It also speaks about money. Maybe there's a good, I was going to say a good partnership that some of you are working together with another person. And in a business sense, this is going to be a very good and fortuitous situation. Yeah, that shit's going to get real, you guys. Pile three. It's going to be good, in other words. Okay, and let's go one more card. Distant horizons. Ooh, this is the card of your hopes and dreams and things you'd always hope for, things that you always had on the shelf, but you in the background. It's our goals, it's our hopes and dreams. So it looks very positive this week. Um, with these three cards, I don't think you could get much better, to be honest with you. For some of you, the hopes and dreams card can indicate a situation far away. Are some of you maybe traveling to meet up with a lover, or are some of you going on a trip together? Some of you may even be this job situation or partnership could be with someone overseas or someone farther away from you. But it's very much a good partnership in whichever way it is. It's a friendship. Maybe you're on social media with a friend that you just have gelled with, things are going well. It looks really good for you. Maybe you will even travel to meet them. Okay. All right, pile three. I hope this week's reading has resonated in some way. If it hasn't, don't worry about it. We'll try again next week. All right, my dear friends, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And bye for now.